What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Tia Mowry and Cory Hardrict have come to terms in the divorce. And of course, a lot of us as black men, we have been rooting for the brother because we feel like the way she tried to play it and the guy handled it all with class. And you guys notice this whenever a lot of these black men are coming with divorces, the petty stuff doesn't really come from them so much. I'm sorry. Same thing with Megan Good and Devon Franklin. It didn't really come from him. It really came from her fan base. Same thing you saw with Jonathan, with Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. And even with this was even like Tia Mowry was very immature in how she handled this young man. This guy was a complete class act. All right. But she was making a lot more money than he was when she married him. And she complained about that. Like she felt like she carried him for a long time. And obviously, once you have a partner that feels somewhat played, something like that, you know, typically what they might do is go after you for meaning, all right? If they feel spurned, right? They have some kind of disdain for you. And the divorce has settled. She will not pay a dime in child support to Cory Hardrict, all right? And they're gonna work out the things to help them support their children on a, ongoing basis. She don't have to pay. She gets to keep the house too. All right. But why is that? Why is that? It's worth $2.6 million. All right. Why did she get full ownership of the house? And let me tell you something that a lot of ladies don't know. A lot of ladies don't talk about. Now, firstly, and I'm going to tell you, this happened with my parents. Again, number one, I don't feel like Cory Hardrict need her money. That's first and foremost. Okay. He's probably okay with her having the home and probably don't want, as a man, anything from her in that regard after, feeling spurned. Okay. But here's something that I'm going to tell you a lot of guys do. They give the woman the house. Their kids live there. That's why my parents got divorced. My dad had every right to get half the house, to all of that. He said, look, keep the house. And it's possible she paid for it. But look, it's your house. And something I want to also discuss. I don't need it. Let me say it again. I don't need it. I'm going to tell you something that I honestly feel about men who are successful. And this is something that's going, y'all not going to be able to deal with, but I'm going to talk about this. A lot of the brothers that I know that are my age, are younger, or even older, I've seen so many men who leave a divorce like spurned, a salty taste in their mouth, a bitter sweetness in their mouth. A lot of that going on, right? They feel quite terrible. Then what happens? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what happens. Firstly, what happens is the guy at first is miserable. He's learned like, look, this is my life. How can my wife do this to me? I'm out here dusty. I'm used to being around my kids. I'm living like maybe back at home with my parents. That happens. My brother, I don't have anything. But then what you find out is this. Further on up the road, this guy starts picking up things, right? He starts doing better for himself, building himself up. And the lady could have easily moved on quickly. And she throws it in the guy's face. You see it all the time. My new boyfriend around my kids and you feeling, you're trying to get back with her. She don't want to get back with you. It's a miserable time for a lot of men. What I have found out is that as you keep going time again, the guy always, in my opinion, always ends up doing better than the lady he left. It's almost for sure, in my opinion, that I've seen. Guys, once they can get back on their feet, they get a woman typically more suitable to their liking. This is after like understanding the relationship is done. Like, we're not going to get back together again. Okay. That guy goes out, gets his life together, and does better than the woman, his ex-wife, who was dealing with somebody else who can't do nothing. It's all the time. Then what you will see is this. Once that man gets to where he's at, it ain't him that's bitter now. It's the woman that's bitter. Because you know what? Those same problems, blame it on the guy. He could have been a part of the problems, but he could have fixed the things. She can't get nobody else. That guy don't want to stay there and deal with her. So then you start hearing conversations like, well, look what he's doing with this new chick. Why he wasn't like that with me? Oh, then all of a sudden you don't want him to see the kids no more. Then all of a sudden you're getting petty and everything like that. All of a sudden we're gonna start dusting it up and things like that. We're gonna tell the truth because but we see women that do that all the time. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but that happens. And it happens quite often. And a lot of times all men need to do is just let them keep it. Look, just sometimes it's better to not even go through it. Look, if it's gonna be like that, don't be salty. All of that stuff, you can get it back. As long as you don't have that hellraiser on your mind. Okay? Because one thing for sure, if she raised hell with you, she gonna raise hell with somebody else. All you got to do is get the hell away from her. That's how you gotta do. You should be thanking God right now that she's gone. And so many men don't do that. You're crying, you're trying to get her back and everything. Bruh, you better take your ass on. You better take your ass on. You better be glad that you ain't dealing with her no more. And you over there crying and why you don't want to be with me and everything. I get it. I can't tell you how to feel about your kids. I get it. But you gotta listen, bro. You gotta get up out of there, bro. It's not good over there. And I see so many men suffering because of that. I see so many men, their life is so dusty because of that. I see men suffering and struggling because of that. And Cory Hardrict, no, he still got demand. Women like him. And we see Tia Mowry already. She's talking about, they got new deals with, how their new partner's gonna be. I hate to say this. If Tia Mowry, okay, they said they're not gonna have, future partners being around their children until 6 months. No man that is worth anything of Cory Hardrict's level, after seeing how Tia Mowry handled this, is probably not gonna be interested in dealing with her. If he's smart. All he gotta do is look how she handled this. That's why she's talking about, I know love will find me. She's posting all these vulnerable TikToks and Instagram things. Listen, most guys that got some sense is not gonna wanna sign up for that. Beautiful lady, got some issues there. Unless you wanna be number 4 or 5 on that equation, go ahead and look for her. Cory Hardrict is gonna be dealing with a woman that puts him first. And I can guarantee you the lady ain't gonna have no kids. He ain't even looking at dating right now. He didn't lose nothing, because you can't lose somebody who don't wanna be with you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all of you, heard the bell. I'm out.